our next segment, we're going to travel a few miles west down Highway 82 to Starkville to the Kotton District. That's an area that offers up its own unique style of homes.
I knew immediately once I drove down these streets that this is exactly where I wanted to live.
It gives you a different feeling of being just in small town Mississippi. It doesn't feel like that.
And it's just a very diverse community.
Not Europe, Charleston, or New Orleans. You won't find these Greek revival meets classical homes in a gated community. The Kotton District is right here in Mississippi, tucked away between the Mississippi State Campus and downtown Starkville. It's a bit of hidden treasure, some say. But even to say that it had modest beginnings would be a vast understatement. Who in their right mind would invest in such a rundown area of town? Dan Camp, that's who.
Most people in the community thought I was crazy for going into such a dilapidated slum area to do anything like this.
The Kotton District was initially named the Needmore Community, and it housed all of the cotton mill workers. And the cotton mill is across the street of the Kotton District on Russell Street, and it made a fabric called Starkville chambray. So all of the cotton mill workers lived in this very poor area. Dan Camp came in, and he started to develop the area in this new urbanist style.
New urbanism. It is defined as a community that contains housing, workplaces, entertainment, and shops essential to the daily lives of residents, all within easy walking distance of each other. A perfect definition of what Dan Camp's done with the Kotton District. Only he began this endeavor in 1969, some 20 years before new urbanism was defined.
I had a colleague get up and says, the new urbanism has made you rich. And I just didn't have the fortitude to stand up and say, hell, I was doing new urbanism before you even coined the term.
But don't think that Dan is afraid of a little adversity. He takes pride in the Kotton District and the city of Starkville, and is more than willing to stand up for them.
Mississippi State had just played, I think, in the Western Division of the SEC playoff. CNN had done a little episode and referred to us as the backwaters of Mississippi. So it kind of aggravated me, and I was awarded the Arthur Ross Award for Community Planning. I was the first recipient of this award in the year 2000. You know, when they put up my picture of my temple, they all applauded, and later that evening, Kitty Carlisle, many Mississippians will remember her, those that are old enough remember her on I've Got a Secret, asked me, says, I just love those row houses and houses that you're doing, and what is that wonderful temple used for? I said, that wonderful temple is typical student housing in the backwaters of Mississippi. Now, I don't know how those New Yorkers took me, but they ain't invited me back up anytime soon.
Wait a minute. Did he say student housing?
I think that's probably what it's most famous for is the college students. They all get together. I mean, every night of the week you can hear something going on in this neighborhood. And it's great. It's walking distance to several nice little hot spots to hang out and have a few drinks or get a bite to eat. It just creates a whole atmosphere here.
Well, students actually do things. You get people my age and have to go to bed at 8 o'clock and they're not particularly interested in doing anything. Students actually sit on the porches. Students actually sit on the balconies. Students like that type of life.
We spend a lot of time on this little porch here. It's kind of our little crow's nest up here. And we have friends over and we all sit out here and grill out and have a few drinks and listen to a little music. It's, yeah, we get plenty of miles on this porch.
The porches aren't the only places getting miles on them in the Kotton District. People in the community spend plenty of time walking and biking around the area, whether to work, restaurants, the grocery store, or even to slip over and get a haircut.
Yeah, I think that's what's great about it is I just got my haircut over there. So many people live, work. because I mean, I live right down the street and I work here.
You can do just about anything you want to do within the Kotton District, and it's just a very popular area because it is right in between the campus and the community. And the most photographed place in Starkville is within the Kotton District. It's the 4 buildings called the 4 Apostles, and they are 2-story Charleston-style apartments that everybody likes to come to because they're pink, they have palm trees in front of them, and it's just a very unique venue.
The Kotton District isn't the only thing unique in Starkville. In 2005, the city didn't elect a typical politician for mayor. They invested in Kotton District developer Dan Camp. But how exactly did that happen?
Well, that doesn't happen unless there's probably a plan of some type. So I walked all over this community. I went all over the place, and I won by over 60% of the vote to be the mayor of the community.
And since then, since he's taken over as mayor, I mean, I've seen all kind of huge changes in town alone, not to mention just in the Kotton District.
And we've had a lot of positive things happening here. I just believe that the urban fabric has got to be maintained. You got to maintain your downtown. You need to build your civic buildings in the downtown part of the city.
And if he could do what even just a little bit of what he's done here in the Kotton District to the rest of the town, I think he'd create a great, great town. And you know, maybe a place where when college students graduate, they don't feel so like, I need to run away from Starkville. Maybe it could be, I love this area. Maybe I want to hang out here for a while. I think Dan Camp's done a lot to provide that atmosphere.
He has that drive to do something about Starkville and make it a place that people want to come to and people want to come back to.
I came to Mississippi State University, and I liked it so much that when I was given the opportunity to return from Vicksburg, I came back. And I've been here ever since. That a college town is a great place to live.
It's so much more than that because you see the people who live here and people who work here all the time, and so everybody gets to know everybody.
My best friend was my first neighbor when I first lived here in the Kotton District, and he was from Georgia, so you know, you never know who you're going to meet here. And in fact, that's how I met my fiance, was here in the Kotton District.
The Kotton District. A remarkable past, a picturesque present, and a promising future.